Hey everyone, it's Chris from FunTech Guys, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about the exit and die functions within PHP. Now I've gone ahead and created an exit-die.php, and I've got that page here. Now, what is it? Exit and die, they both do the exact same things. It is when we want to kill a page off and we no longer want it to render from that point forward. So I'm just going to go ahead and say hello world, break, and let's just say Chris speaking. Right, so load this page up. It's working exactly how I was expecting. Hello world, Chris speaking. Now if I didn't want this second line to render up, I would go die, come back, reload this, and sure enough, Chris speaking has gone away. It's not rendered. Now exit and die will do the exact same thing. So all we need to do is type die or exit with our open and closing brackets. So reload this page, and sure enough, it's not working. It's not rendering. So we can also pass in arguments as to say, a message, to say what's happened. So we can say error, page has broken. Let's just say page is broken. Save and reload. And what we're doing is we're just passing a message back, and nothing from this point forward, no matter how many echoes I put in, will not load. Now as soon as I comment this out, come back, reload, Chris speaking. So basically all this is done. The die and exit, which do exactly the same thing, has just stopped the rest of the page from rendering. Now a real life example would be something along the lines of an Ajax page. So when you when this page is called remotely and it's performing checks, and it needs to perform checks, loads and loads of times, and for some reason just some kind of validation hasn't been met. So there's no point in rendering, let's just say 10,000 lines of code if it's failed at the first hurdle. So it gets down past the first, conditional block, and it's not been met, so it just dies. It kills the page off. There's no point in rendering the rest of the page. So it's very useful for that. When you don't need to take up too much resource if for any reason if something hasn't been met early on. So what else can we do? We can also do it when we're connecting to databases. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect to a database. Now I know we haven't worked with databases just yet, but bear with me, and I hope it will all make sense in a second. So if you followed my videos and you've downloaded XAMPP, if you go when you launch XAMPP, I'll just pull it up here. So when we launch XAMPP, if we go into manage service, all I've done is I've started MySQL database. I've gone into the database. I've made sure that I've got a user, and I've just created a test database. But we'll talk further into databases a little bit later on. However, as I say, this is the die and exit function. So what we're going to do, we are going to say con variable for connection is equal to MySQL underscore connect. Now this is the MySQL construct takes in 4 parameters. It takes in your host, it takes in your username, your password, and your database. So I need to pass in 4 parameters. And more often than not, your host is going to be localhost. Pretty much most of the time it'll be localhost or 127.0.0.1, but localhost should work. Okay, admin is my username, and test is my database. So I'm just going to come down here and just say, not that, I'm going to say if con echo connected. Yay. Okay, I'm going to come back over to here, reload my page, and we've connected to this database, because connection is equal to a connection of some sort. Now what happens if this, TST, the database, doesn't exist? So if I come back, reload this page, and we can see, we've got a MySQL connect error. But what happens if we wanted to perform our own little, send back our own errors. But we can use an or die function. So if the MySQL connect has not been successful, die. So open and close, and let's pass back our message, connection error. Save this. Oh, I didn't mean to tab then. Save, reload this page, and we can see we've got a connection error. Now, this doesn't look attractive, with all these messy lines. So right at the beginning, if you just do an @ symbol, what that does is it tells PHP we're going to handle our own error messaging, so don't worry about this, and it gets rid of it. So right now, this down here has not fired at all. So if I went and said echo hello, down here, nothing's happening because it's not getting past this point. It's recognised that it can't connect, so it's killing the page off, and all of this just isn't rendering at all. So if I just went in and put in test, save that, reload, connected, yay, hello. And that is the die and exit function. Now if I do the exact same thing up here, exit, it's going to work in the same principle. Purely preference. I always use die, but there's nothing wrong with using exit. And as I say, that is the die and exit functions. So I hope you've taken away something from this video, and if you have done so, please like and subscribe by clicking down below. Thanks very much for watching.